They haven't talked to you yet?
It's 4 o'clock, February 24th, 2026. I call the city council meeting to order. Please stand.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So first thing on the agenda is the January 27th, 2026 workshop minutes. Where we were discussing water sewer ordinances about updating it. Are there any changes, deletions? No. There is a motion to approve the January 27th workshop.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the January 27, 2026 workshop.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, reports.
I got a report.
Church.
So fire department report, we've started doing some EMS training with Mark, and he is the owner of the Austin House. He's been a paramedic on the west side for 25 years or so. We train on Tuesday nights with Powder River. That may change to Wednesday nights soon. And then when we have medical training, John follows up with what Mark has basically started, just give us further information. And me and John spent the weekend out at North Powder on strategies and tactics classes with ODF, State Fire Marshal, Forest Service, BLM, other district fire departments around Eastern Oregon. We've been really quiet as far as EMS calls or fire.
Hopefully it stays that way. Report what's not here. New business, cemetery, fees and rules and regulations. So we had a workshop with Matt on this. It's going to have to be changed into a resolution, which we will vote on next meeting, because I didn't do the format.
Okay.
So we have set fees for plots, burials, transfer fees. We've done the rules and regulations. And we're going to, how are we gonna do? We're gonna make a certificate. What else are they gonna do?
Yeah, so anytime someone purchases a plot or plots, the plan was you would kick out, I'm building an app that will kick out basically a receipt, but it'll also have all the pertinent information for that particular buyer / plot that they purchased. And then as we talked about in the workshop, we'd also create a certificate that would be somewhat of like a title, I guess. If there's ever a transfers can only be made here at the city. So they'd have to come in here, pay the fee, and then identify the buyer. And then we would print out another document that certifies that it was a transfer.
These are deeded plots. The plots.
Well, that's the question.
That's the question we're still trying to.
Yeah, is it needed?
Yeah, I'll get that for you. I'll
I
have
mean,
it next week.
technically, you're buying a piece of property, so does it go that far? It's not, I can't answer that.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that answer. Okay, thank you, Matt. So we'll have a full reading of this at the next meeting.
Okay.
And then next thing was Dredge State Park letter that I'm supposed to have ready for everybody to read. It'll have to be tabled for another day or so. I didn't get to it today. Basically, everybody knows they're reducing services at the dredge. They want to turn the visitor center, part of it they want as an office. Part of it will be a visitor center. They won't sell any merchandise in there. It's not a big benefit to the community. So we're going to send a letter to state parks and explain to them how this is a benefit to the community and that it brings people in internationally and stuff. And we're gonna get the letter out this week because they're making the changes this week. Garrett was in here a little while ago. And they're gonna hire some more park hosts supposedly, or park employees. Unfortunately, the employees they had last year did not do much. The park really suffered last year, they began not around as much. They didn't get weed sprayed, they didn't get a lot done. So, and the dredge was closed about half the time. So we had a lot of people angry when they came up here and couldn't get into the dredge. So,
Did the state park say it's not a benefit to us, the community?
no, the state parks is reducing their park stuff, and we need to go and tell them how it is a benefit to this community, because they're just, it's not a fee park. They're not making any income except for the store, so they're just kind of reducing the services. So we need to, as a community, support that this is important to us. So, and I talked to Garrett, he gave me some points of what to put into the letter, kind of some buzzwords and stuff, so we can make them understand that business-wise, we need this in here. So we will probably have to have a special session to get that signed. Hey, next is 330 Climax septic system. This property came a couple months ago because of where they are. It's a little hard to get them hooked up to sewer and water. So they went to DEQ. They had two pieces of property. The first property they got turned down. The second part of the property, DEQ did approve. And we did approve them several months ago to go forward with this plan. So they brought in the DEQ, the paperwork, and this is just a formality to vote to let them go forward. So, any questions on their application? No. I entertain a motion to let the property owners go forward on a septic system at 330 Climax.
I'll make that motion to let, 330 Climax go ahead with the spill septic system.
Second.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Zero, moving.
I'm just looking here.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, Mary.
My question is it a standard septic or a sample machine?
It says in here what it is.
What I was looking for.
Standard,
And I know it's
initial system is standard.
Alright.
This is the second time we've seen this.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, moving forward. Okay, next thing is zoning 12 and Horsewood, a house edition. So it kind of a small map, but you can still see the second page. Yeah. And it's just- yeah, second page is better.
Yeah, that ball.
Okay, so it's just an addition, they have all the setbacks, you need all the setbacks. Any questions, concerns?
No.
No. I entertain a motion to pass the zoning permit for 12 iron for sloop.
I'll make the motion to approve the zoning for the addition on Block Bluff Fire.
Thank you, Deb. You have a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so. Okay, next thing is Mr. Patterson. I have a few questions for you.
Shoot.
Dude.
750 each.
There's been, there's a lot of feedback on this, some good, some positive.
What's the difference between good and
I mean, some positive, negative. I don't know what, it's been a long day. I'm sorry, it's a long day here. So in the last meeting, it was brought up. How are people gonna be able to utilize trails up in the forest and hike, mountain bike, this type in this area? Are they gonna be able, is this area gonna be designated for places that people can hike? Or people can, I mean.
Walk up the road if they want to.
I know, but how are they gonna not get ran over? I mean, what are the
Well,
plans?
They do it all the time down there in Baker City and nobody gets run over, usually.
Okay, well,
So-
I'm just saying is.
I know, that's just people being responsible to drive a vehicle that,
Well, there lies the problem too, but I mean, cause I mean, the forests are for everybody besides just
Yeah.
motorized. And we know that people wanna hike, go fishing or whatever, and I just have a concern that this plan is gonna have a consideration for that too.
How are they currently doing that?
I don't know if that been, I'm just saying.
yeah, no, this plan is for everyone.
Okay,
It's,
People-
what we wanna make it is like it used to be.
okay,
In the 70s and 60s, the 80s was when it all started going downhill. But we just wanna keep this open. We met with NRAC yesterday,
okay,
the NRAC committee, and they're all pretty much for it except for the mining secretary, Jan. And a little difficult with her, but I hope she'll come around, if not, whatever, but. Everybody else there is pretty positive, even cattlemen are going to support this, is what Curtis said, so. But it's for everybody, and we only had this our second meeting. Okay,
Okay.
well, third counting you guys, that would have been our third public appearance with this. And when I started this, I just wanted to make it a permanent motorized area, so in 3 years, when somebody gets elected, they don't auto pin Trump away.
Mhm.
And we're back to fight the foresters, trout man. This is a very beneficial time in history right now, if you ask me, because we can get something done in the mountains with the current administration. That when it changes, it'll all go back probably like it was. And the Forest Service, I think, is trying to work with us, with the public now, instead of just, this is what we're doing, get out of here. They're trying to work with us because they've been told to. And, but it's for everything. The only thing is, okay, that's where I was going. Donnie, really? Okay. When we first started this, it was just been a permanent motorized area. Donnie looked it up, blah, blah, did her magic and said, I see it has to be a national recreation area. So when you do that, you can't mine in it. That's where Jan comes in going, no. But I think, if the laws of what we're following are from 1910, maybe we need to change them. So they think, Carter, you out there mining with a pick and a gold pan? Well, I don't. Probably not. Probably an excavator with some computerized thing telling where the gold is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That needs to come up with today's technology instead of running off 1910 rules or whatever. I don't know what it is, but Jan's been doing that. I talked to her 40 years ago about a thing up Boulder. I know that was her. So that's the problem, but we might have to come up with a new name. The lines are just, that's what I drew.
okay,
And it's not set in stone, but we need to keep having meetings and like I'm saying, time is critical. And I talked with Christina today after a little recap of the meeting. And like she said, we need to just keep going on this. Because we can get the Forest Service's attention on it. And if we have to move the line here and there, whatever, it's just, right now it's a concept and it's just something we need to work on I think as fast as we can, because we have 3 years.
I think there's also some clarification in, with our initial letter and our initial information was put out there. We reached out to OSSA and had a really good response from them. And between that and them writing their letter, they called Sumter and had somebody who was out of the loop, didn't have any of the information, and spun it in a whole different direction, saying that we were trying to take away trails from the snowmobile club or take them over for the winter, which couldn't be farther from the truth. We're looking out for everybody here. And then after that fact, we got a horrible letter from the Snowmobile Association. We got a personal phone call from the person who had informed them and said, oops, I think I made a big mistake. So now it's on them to correct that, and I don't know that we'll be able to correct that. So,
That's a powerful voice. The Snowmobile Association is a powerful voice, just like the cattlemen's are.
Yeah,
But we're talking Baker County, not
Yeah.
the statewide, but you never know. But yeah, we're reaching out for letters of support from anyone. We were gonna go to Prairie City this month, but we just, kind of after the Snowville thing, we kind of, oh, let's just wait. So we'll probably hit Prairie City. I know that they're interested in it, very interested. He's like, yeah, get down here. So
so is this going to be a fee for writing?
Yes,
We
that's-
talked about this before.
the second part of the proposal that I sent is, and I'm just fashioning it after West Virginia, what they do, the Hatfield McCoy Trail System. They charge user fees. They have a $5 million budget. And $1 million of it comes from taxpayers. They said they don't even need it. They have a huge amount of people riding that area. And they charge tags, and that's what helps groom the trails. And what I was saying, our partners, with the groomer, what you get for the groomer now, maybe we could create a permanent provision for two guys, or a guy and one, whatever, two days. And they might groom in the winter with the groomer, and in the summer, they're up fixing spots on trails, and it's just all, it's an idea, so.
So, like I say, there's been a lot of different, like you say, input back and forth and everything. And I think there's some misinformation, some just not
Oh, sure.
understanding. So I guess my question to you and even to council, I would like to do a public meeting here in Sumter. So people can come and ask questions, or
That's fine.
if you're willing to do that.
Yeah.
I just think for us to do a letter of support, we need to know how everybody feels, not just us. We need to know hear out everybody.
Well, Daryl's better, what, Daryl?
Yeah.
Have you talked to Cracker Creek Mining Company? No. What about them? Well, they're the largest private property owner in there. Yeah. I'm just curious, because they got big plans for. Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, well, I mean, because there's gonna be a lot of heavy. There's things that. There'll be a lot of heavy trucks on the road. Yeah. All that kind of stuff. Well, that's what I say, it's coexist. Right. It's just coexisting. And to me, if we're logging a certain area, which they want to log on the Austin project, and that's been kind of got screwed up, I think it's gonna get fixed. But they want to log, and if they're logging an area, you shut the road down. Hey, we're logging that, no riding in this area, and mining. I had a lady call me from Greenhorn complaining, I get the brunt of everybody does anything wrong on the ATV in Eastern Oregon now, I think. But people went up there and
Local people.
local hero went up there and went into their mind. They don't want people in there. They videoed it and put it out on the internet, and they don't want that. They didn't take anything. But, so I get those calls all the time and have to field through them and say, hey, it's nothing to do with us, blah, 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 send a picture. And I knew exactly who it was, it was the song.
Yeah.
And they're not, I don't think they're trying to harm people. But what I'm saying is, certain places need to be, you'd have to train people. Don't go into the mines. If they're,
Right.
people used to post their mines, active mines, whatever you call it, stay out. And you need to respect that instead of just going in there and go, I don't know, all my life, it's not your property. So there's those things. It will be some training of people that ride this area, but it's mainly just to keep, it's not trying to make money or anything. If we do this, the whole town will benefit, the businesses will benefit. There's the scales of good and bad, whatever you want to call it, with the city, the public and the business sector. And they have to kind of go like that to work together. And that's kind of what we're doing, the trail fees. A lot of people around here, no, I ain't gonna pay to go up there. Well, you know what? We could just lock them up and walk.
Mhm.
That's your alternative.
Mhm.
You know, because I really think, I'm just trying to save what we have here.
Mhm.
You know, Cabin Creek, it's 90% Hancock. It's thick with Hancock up there.
Mhm.
They bought, and they're closing.
And Green Dot.
Yeah, and Green Dots with the ODFW.
Yeah.
And so there's very limited places to go anymore, and I think this will be good it'll be good for everybody, it'll be good for business, it'll be good for this community, Unity, Austin House, Granite, you know, even Greenhorn. I think it'll be good for that. There's always that bad person, that bad apple,
Yeah,
you can't weed them out, you know,
but okay.
but.
But I would like to have, just see if people are interested to come and have a public meeting and make sure it's civil. Cause like I said right there, if we have a public meeting, if, people can voice their opinions, but everybody's gonna be civil to each other. So, well, things can get out of hand around here sometimes.
No, it's,
Yeah, but I just mean, so everybody, I want,
this town,
we're gonna have a meeting. But you come with your questions, but we have to respect each other.
sure.
Got a question regarding the permits. Is it something that when the people order them, they would order them online, or is it something that?
We don't know
they
yet.
get-
I mean, that's just,
And then the next question is there gonna be like a snow park place where they would, pay day use for walking the trails? Do they need to do, is that something where?
they don't do it now. You know, they find a place to park. We have day parking at our park because we only use that pavilion level on Trail Fest. So the rest of the time it's open. We're offering day parking for that, that people can park downtown and ride up some of those. They can go up, Cracker Creek or, right towards Merle Pass and they can park, they find a place to park, So the thing I would do is online, just like your state tag. It's online, it's there, you get it,
And it will eventually become its own entity. It's not down in the
Yeah.
Rebecca Trail.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
Well, I'm just
I'm not
wondering
looking for a
if
job, I'm trying to create
it-
one.
if it was something that, like the merchants in town, if somebody comes to town and didn't know about it.
Okay, this is what I envisioned. Building a shop somewhere and having a room for guys to work on stuff. And an office, and they would come into that office and buy a tag or get it online. But if they didn't have it, they could go down and say, hey, I need tags. Or we can show them, just like, that's what we do at the park all the time. People come in, I need to get my tag. Well, it's online, it's right here on this, the
Yeah,
QR code thing,
We
it
did
takes
the
them right
same
to it
thing.
and they're off and running.
yeah.
So,
So I've been asked, from some of the locals, so we would have to buy a sticker for our rig just to go up to
Yeah, it wouldn't be
Huckleberry
free for
or any
some
of that. So that's what a lot of them are.
yeah, I know, that's a lot of them will
Upset about-
complain about that, but here's your choices. Buy tags and help us get this open, or sit at home and watch your ATV rust, because they'll close it. Just sure as shit. And as far as the mining, Donnie told me first, they're never gonna let another mine open out there in this area.
They don't
On
have
the-
no say so over,
Pardon?
they have no say so over
Now,
Who?
the Baker County,
No, I'm talking,
and the Forest Service has no say so over any mines that come to the state of Oregon. Zero.
yeah, mining and logging roads trump everything.
Mining does, and mining goes through BLM, not the US
oh,
Forest.
no,
So the US Forest, they can't come in and say, we ain't gonna allow any mining happening in Baker County. They don't have the authority to do so. They can bully you this way, and the Forest Service is really, really good at it. But the thing is though, is legally, they cannot do it, because when you file a claim, if I went up and I
on
stuck a
federal
claim,
land,
huh?
you talking federal land?
Federal land, I go up and I find the 4 corners I want, 20 acres or smaller, and I find those and I put those in. That paperwork gets sent to BLM in Portland, where it goes, it gets registered, it comes back to me, I go to the county, say, here's the paperwork for this, and I register it there. Now, because in this sector, a lot of this ground is US Forest Service, not BLM land. So therefore, I have to do a plan of operation. I do said plan of operation, I send it to the US Forest Service, and I get together with them. They're the ones that get to authorize this. I have people out there today, I do this every time I go to an M-Shot back. People are telling me I've waited 2.5 to 3 years to get my approval.
Yeah.
And I laugh and I says, guess what? And I says, by US Forest Service law, you have 21 days from the time I submit this to give me an approval. If you don't send me an approval or a denial, and you can't deny it, all you can do is come up with a bond and come up with the adjustment. They can't tell you you can't mine it.
Hmm.
And they have
Donnie told me they'll never allow another mine up on that federal property, they won't open it. But I think with Trump, you will.
Well, the thing is, like I said, they have no say so.
Why isn't everybody up there mining?
Huh?
Why isn't everybody up there claiming mining, doing mines, claiming it?
Because it costs a lot of money.
Well,
I mean, from what we're learning right now, because gold being $5,000 an ounce, everybody wants to do this. But guess what? Not only did gold prices go up, but guess what? Now you gotta go out and buy $1.5 million or $2 million worth of equipment before you can ever turn a piece of dirt.
mm-hmm.
So the expense on going and finding something that's buried in the ground is just as hard as it was when it was $20 an ounce versus $5. Some people make it, some people don't. That's just the way mining works.
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot. But the thing is, though, there's a lot of people, I seen them down here on the river. Just the other day, they're down there panning in the creek. And that's fine. But the thing is, though, like I says, today, my $10 gold pan is gonna get paid off a lot faster with gold being as high as it is. But when you start trying to get into operation to where you're gonna go do this, this is still a major expense and a major gamble. And it's not just go out and do whatever you want to go. You're not digging a fence pole. You've got to do it right and you got to do it legal or else you're gonna be.
That's all point of order.
Yeah.
We're not talking about mining,
So
we're talking about.
you don't know-
Well, you did.
I know,
You're the one that brought
but
that.
that's what,
You
That's what
didn't, but you want to say something.
Huh?
That's what the NRAC.
Well, I mean, the 1872 mining laws are still in effect, so you're not gonna stop anybody from filing a claim or anything. As far as that goes.
And that's what keeps the roads open.
But all the mines
A
up
lot of
there,
roads, you cannot block an old mining, 1872 mining road.
we're not trying to.
No.
I mean, for them trying to shut things down, you can't block.
No, you asked Jan, she told me 40 years ago, on the trying to dig us up Wolf Creek, you have a statutory right to access your claim on. But, we're trying to keep it open for everybody, logging, mining, ATVs, walking, hiking, biking, it doesn't matter. Because they want to expand the wildernesses up here, and that one line right here. I think there's something missing, I think there's a wilderness area right here, there's a wilderness area, and there's another little one, and I think the split is Fremont, is Congo Gulch going up to Fremont Powerhouse and Olive Lake. I think that's what they left out so they could get to Olive Lake, but it's not, I don't know why it's not on here, but it's on the maps. There's a big, well, that says avalanche danger, but I think it's wilderness. But the red line is me. This is, I couldn't get it off my Carl's Beer Loop and some other drives like that. But, they want to expand. So what they're doing is, we just want to close a couple roads and then we're gonna make this wilderness now to come out here like this. And it'll just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger is what's gonna happen. And now they wanna make it all wilderness where you can't go up there. For any, you can walk up there, but who's gonna do that, So,
Okay, well,
there's a lot of stuff to be decided and stuff. Like I said,
sure.
this is our 4th meeting. And it's just, all we've talked to is Jay Moore and Jeremy, or his name is, never can't get his name. It's like Aguilar or something like that.
Yeah,
And that's all we've met with foresters, but they didn't say no. So the next step is getting support to move this forward. And then we'll start doing stuff like how are we gonna do the tags? How are we gonna manage it? How are we gonna, work all that stuff out?
What I think what I'll do is, I'll get with you afterwards and see what your schedule is, and maybe we'll look at having a public meeting so people can come ask questions.
Yeah, that's
So,
fine.
so.
And I'd probably get Donnie to come and
Yeah, so we
maybe
just really-
Christina should go.
Really know what's going on before we, move forward, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Mhm.
Okay, moving on. Old business. Do we have the old business?
No.
That's what I know. Oh, I know what I need to do.
Oh, that's you.
We had some grant money put in our account. It was for the fire department. It's been deposited. I have the bills. We just need to pay the bills. The bills will take all the money. We got $9,873.21. So, I just need a motion to go ahead and pay these bills. So the equipment can be purchased for the fire department. And then we will vote.
Oh, Diane.
This is for Darlene,
Oh, okay.
Darlene Alves.
What's it called?
That's just the vendor.
Darlene.
That's just the vendor.
I make a motion to pay Darlene for the bills that we owe on the fire department grant.
We'll second that.
All in favor? Opposed? And that's all I have for old business. Council comments? Daryl? No?
Nope.
No.
I think you have one.
All I have is, we didn't get the T-Mobile grant. So, we're gonna move ahead and replace the water heater up on the background. So the city's just going to have to pay for that and get that updated. So I'm getting with Rob next week to get that checked so we can get that replaced and ready for flea market. That's all I have. Public comment.
Will that be ready by Memorial Day?
I just want to say thanks to John for working hard on that grant for nearly $10,000. And I'm sure the rest of the fire department would like to thank him as well. And it saves the city nearly $3,000 in hose testing by replacing all the fire hoses.
Okay. John?
Just found out from Christina, the annual Tea Club Snow Run, April 10, 11, and 12. Normally, we would do a breakfast on the 11th. First, will the schoolhouse still be in one piece at that time?
In April?
April 11th,
Yeah.
okay? Then if this is the appropriate time, I'll go ahead and ask permission to use it for the breakfast on April 11th, community breakfast.
See, when's the next meeting? March? We'll put that on the agenda in March to vote, because we can't vote during comment. So that's April 11th.
April 11th, we would be doing the community breakfast.
So we'll put that on for next council meeting. And that's for the, what do they call it? The Jeep Club. Okay, anybody else? Lawrence?
Couple things. Down there on Mill Street, we got a dangerous situation. I've talked about Karen's rocks down there. They should be removed. Karen, down there at 110 Mill Street, North Mill. So I volunteer my equipment to move those rocks if you want,
Oh,
because they hang out in the street, they're in the city street now. Right away.
we'll get back to you on that one. I'm sorry, it went right over my head, okay,
And then, have you ever thought about doing this, the mayor?
yes,
Have you ever thought about doing the state of the city address?
I've thought about it.
I think you should.
Okay,
Let everybody know what
I'll take that.
the state of the city, mayor and her, he used to come to Rotary every year and do a state of the city address for us and tell us what shape we're in, what's
We're
going
still
on.
here, we're still getting grants, that's about all I can say.
Well, just saying.
And we're fighting with DEQ, so there we go.
But you got a lot done through the last 2 years.
So, anybody else? Okay,
I make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Done.
all in favor?
Aye.
No.
Opposed?